Tom Aspinall pretty critical of Cyril Gane, says he's a cheater and deliberately cheating. He wants to fight him and beat him up, but he's not clear to compete.
The guy was cheating from the first second, and the way that he wanted to win that fight was to have me compromised by cheating.
And your thoughts on him at the moment?
My thoughts on him, I think he's a big cheater. I think that even John Jones himself, even the GOAT himself, said before he fought him that Cyril Gane's a cheater and uses dirty tactics.
When do you think you can start training again?
I have no idea. Absolutely no idea. I'm obviously very keen to get back and beat this guy up. But I've got to be 100% right, so...
The baddest man on the planet posting doctor's notes saying that he's not cleared to compete yet. For all the people who said Tom was a quitter or faking it if he really has Brown syndrome, I don't know if that can even be resolved, and that can severely hamper him fighting to the point where his fighting career is essentially over. Alex Pereira sparring with Robles Despain. Despain takes on Sam Alvey Friday in Karate Combat. Fight of the month went to Wellmaker versus Ankalaev. No, not Ankalaev. Wellmaker versus Ewing. It was a good fight. I don't know about fight of the month, but I'd say upset of the month. But I guess it was a dry month for exciting fights because they did not give any fight of the night bonuses this month. It was all performance of the night bonuses. But they picked fight of the month as Wellmaker versus Ewing, which was a big upset too. Dana White asked, who's the greatest UFC fighter to never win a belt? He says Cowboy Cerrone. Others include Dustin Poirier, Ferguson, as well as Hendo.
Arman Tsarukyan 100% deserved the title shot, and UFC's becoming into a more cartoonish WWE. It's embarrassing. Why does Diego Lopez get 2 title shots after Movsar Evloev beat him? Movsar's undefeated. Diego Lopez already got the title shot in front of Movsar when he shouldn't have, and you're going to give him 2 shots? Movsar needs a title shot. Arman needs a title shot. Paddy fucking Pimblett? Nothing against Paddy, but he hasn't fought anybody under the age of 39. Biggest industry plant rise to the top I've ever seen. You obviously are trying to get another Conor McGregor, so you get the white guy with the funny accent and promote the fuck out of him and give him the fights that he needs in order to become a superstar. Why is the interim title fight not include the #1 contender in Arman? What is the point of having rankings? What is the point of having a #1 contender? Diego Lopez rematch. This is probably Volk's last fight. And you're going to have him do a rematch instead of fight the real contenders in the featherweight division. Absolutely ridiculous.
What?
If the UFC don't give Shawn Brady a good matchup at 170, he wants to do a test run at 155, take a fight there against a guy between ranked 6 and 12, like a Hooker, Gamrot, BSD, Fazim, Moicano, Chandler, or Dariush. Gamrot is down, so that could be a possibility.
The matchups I would like, if I'm being like realistic, not looking at the top 5, there's Dan Hooker just lost to Arman. That could be a possibility. Gamrot's right there. Benoit St. Denis, Moicano, like there's like that's all in the top 10, and then there's like Benito Dariush, Mauricio Huffy, Ignacio Bahaman. So there's like a lot of good matchups right there.
A bigger 155 now?
100%. Hell yeah, it'd be huge for 155.
Are there guys down there doing the same thing?
I personally know lightweights that I've talked to that like Paddy cuts from 200 pounds. Like, Paddy's big. He's big. I know guys that walk around 190 and cut to 55. Like, it's hard, but like, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I'll just have to get a little bit lighter. It would be very hard, but I think it's possible. It's a test run. And see what happens. But like I said, all this goes away if they give me a good matchup at 170.
I've seen a lot of you guys asking me why I didn't call out Conor last night. There's a simple reason why I didn't call out Conor. Yeah, I had a microphone in my hand, and yeah, I was pumped up. I was sweating, the juice was flowing, the veins were popping. Of course, I'm not going to call out Conor at a wrestling match, okay? I've done it enough. The fight's already happening. You know I'm fighting. You know I want to fight him. You know he wants to fight me. He's brought in guys to his training camp to mimic my style. So that fight has already been called out, been signed, sealed, and delivered since June of 2024. He's going to make good on his promise, on his word, on the ink on the contract here in June of 26. So it made sense. In the sport of wrestling, I was going to call out the biggest name I possibly could. That's why I call out Jordan Burroughs. I'm not going to call out Conor McGregor at a wrestling match. Although you guys probably were waiting for it and you wanted it to happen, but it didn't. So I'll fight Conor in June, South Lawn, White House. God bless. See you at the top.
Francis Ngannou says, getting mature. A lot of things slide off me like a turtle shell. Maybe referring to Dana White trashing him a lot recently. This guy's fighting in a couple weeks, but he shouldn't because he's been knocked out 80 times. Heavyweight division is cursed at this point. It might be Waldo Cortez Acosta may somehow become a champion because he fights so often. 6 fights in 10 months.
Chanko, straight out the village of Chanko. They're just a mountain boy tango. 6-time champ with the hands, no. He ain't John Paul, call him Chanko.
Race, but I just like kicking.
So I could beat you in football.
No, you probably still couldn't beat me.
No, I could. Mm-hmm.
The only thing you could beat me in is a race, but I just like kicking, so you wouldn't be able to run.
No, you wouldn't even be able to catch me.
But I wouldn't have to catch you, you stood in front of me.
No, you wouldn't even catch me. That's what I'm saying.
If you got it at start, then
I'm blocking that, bro. You think I know how to block a kick? I know how to block a kick, bro.
That shit Chanko.
Are you okay?
I take you to
No, I'm not okay.
I don't know him.
I'm not okay. I'm the baddest motherfucker in the whole multiverse. As fuck.
To get Justin Gaethje to take this fight, the UFC likely needed to add that interim title into the equation because a couple months back, he says he wasn't going to fight Paddy.
If that's the route that they want me to take, then I don't believe that they need me anymore. I know that sounds, petty or whatever, but I'm number 3. 3-1 in my last 4. The champion was calling to fight me. They vacated. They bring.
You haven't mentioned the name Paddy, and I think I probably understand why. I mean, according to the rankings, I didn't look at him this morning, but I think he's somewhere around 8 or 10 or something like that. Do you see him as an opponent just in terms of getting your title shot first?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, absolutely not. I mean, if that's the route that they want me to take, then I don't believe that they need me anymore. I know that sounds petty or whatever, but I'm number 3. 3-1 in my last 4. The champion was calling to fight me. They vacated. They bring a new guy in and give a guy that's 2-2 the fight. So if they want to get their algorithm and their math tells them just to use me until I get beat, then I'm going to have to really reevaluate what I'm doing here. I've signed up for a merit-based system. I have lived by that.
You can argue a merit-based system is not being used because the number 1 contender ain't in an interim title fight, but 4 and 5 are. For Saturday's card, Makhaev is picking Merab and Pantoja. He thinks Pantoja wins by rear naked choke, which isn't a bad prediction. Last 2 wins by rear naked choke. 3 of his last 6 wins have also been by rear naked choke, so 50% of his last 6 wins by RNC. He's also picking Merab by decision, which is a decent pick. 6 of his last 7 victories have been by decision.
Hey, I'm John Jones. Well, Santa Jones.
Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you want to donate, you can via Super Thanks, and there's also a link on the main page.